Hey guys, what is up? It is Lee here and welcome to a new episode on the road to Golden Reaper, and we're kicking it off with some Armadyl boss, which I've been AFKing at least an hour a day pretty much for the past couple of weeks trying to knock off this title, and the progress hasn't been too bad, to be fair. So these clips that you're seeing right now are kind of oldish because now I have swapped to the Totem of Intimidation. Thank you to the person that commented that in episode 1, because I just completely forgot that you could skip the whole God Wars Dungeon 1 KC if you have that totem active in your base camp in Anachronia. So yeah, that's a massive help, and going to be a massive help for when I do the next two bosses, which is Krill and Sara. So yeah, thank you once again. And yeah, pretty much I've been, like I said, AFKing this a bunch. The Armadyl items haven't been too bad. A lot of duplicates, but I'm not really too fussed because they are worth quite a lot of GP currently. 8 mil for the chest and the plate skirt, and I think they're above 5 mil for everything else because of people buying them for invention, which is pretty nice. But yeah, like I said, really AFK, but also I am probably using overkill gear for this massively, using Elite Serenic and using an EOF as well with a Dark Bow spec in it, which is, I should be doing that really because I'm probably wasting a lot more GP than what I could be making, but I don't really have Pernix in the bank, and my normal Serenic isn't really perked to optimal standards, and I just can't be bothered using it. So you're probably going to see a lot of overkill God Wars Dungeon 1, like with Sara and Krill. I think they're mage based bosses. I'm not really quite sure what the method is there, but yeah, I'm going to be using Elite Tectonic, so lay off the flame a little bit please lads. I'm just too lazy to buy Pernix or Virtus and organise my gear tab again in my bank, so yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I am just going to be using tier 92, which yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, pretty much coming in with the last couple of Armadyl drops here, and yeah, our last one is actually the Buckler, which is nutty because we do end up getting the title off that, which I've never teleported out of a boss room so fast before, because I was just kind of pleased to get this done because it did take me a little bit longer than what I did expect it to do. So we finished this title at around 3.6k KC, and then we're definitely going to make a start on the next episode at Krill to get that Zummy 1 started, which will be quite nice. So moving on with next, and you're going to have a bunch of drops to watch whilst I just talk absolute waffle on these next couple of minutes. But yeah, the starting clips here are dated back to I think like the 8th or 9th of November, but then obviously we get progressively later on, and yeah, I've got latest clips from sort of like yesterday. But yeah, coming in with I think a new unique there, which was I think Torva boots or something, which only leaves I think 3 or 4 more items until we have the log done. And then obviously coming in there with a Torva plate, which is kind of nutty because they are worth bank at the moment. So halfway within this video you're going to see me switch it up a little bit, because I was pretty much being a leech and I was permanently camping the Luck of the Dwarfs relic from Archaeology, and I finally made a big boy purchase and decided to buy a HSR, even though it is completely useless. It's never really going to double anything for me, let's be honest, and it also adds like 1 mil to a death cost if you don't have a Ring of Death on. I did have a few comments on my previous video regarding optimizing a rotation and getting better at this boss. Because of the gear that I'm using, I should be getting much quicker kills, which yeah, I do completely agree. I mean, currently I'm getting I think 230, 240. My quickest has been a 210, but recently I did change it to using 3 sets of bolts rather than 2. But I've been switching to Hydrix for the minions because that's just massive adrenaline gain. I've been a bit more efficient when ECB specking, let's put it that way. So all of Ice Phase and even Blood Phase now have started to ECB spec, and my fastest kill time so far has been a 2:03. So I'm really looking to get that sub 2 minutes, and with enough practice and enough frustration, I should be able to get this rotation down and hopefully please you guys that are asking why am I not getting a sub 2. So yeah, hopefully that's in the pipeline soon, and yeah, we can work on that sub 2 minutes and get that down and done and get really consistent at it, so then I can start getting you know, 20-21 kills an hour, which will be nutty. But yeah, I really can't complain at how lucky I have been at this boss, even though I have done a fair few hours Dryand and just not received anything. Even the normal drops are worth bank, especially like Bruiser and Restores. I think I've note papered a good 5k brews from this, which is insane. And obviously the uniques that I've been getting the more pricey ones rather than the 3 sort of cheapest ones that I need. And I have actually just price checked my just unique next items, and it's come to 977 mil in the loot tab, which is insane to be fair. But yeah, I really can't wait to see how much I do actually make in the loot tab in general when I have completed not just the next collection, but I mean all of them in general. Hopefully it can surpass any other loot tab that I've ever made, and yeah, it'll just be insane once that is all completed. But yeah, the main thing at the moment is I'm just focusing currently on improving PVM as a whole, rather than like I used to just button bash and just like get my way through a boss fight without actually learning their rotation and continually doing that same rotation over and over. So yeah, that would be nice to do, and obviously end up getting just better in general. So moving on with Calfight King, I've been doing duo and trio with a few mates, and I've been doing this loot share as well, just so when they do the most damage and they have a chance at getting the pet, because they obviously need the pet. And yeah, I've just been gaining loot share potential in the process, and I've been getting myself the Drygores needed for the log. Been having a few duplicates along the way, but also I think we did get one Drygore mace, which is right there, that I did actually need for the log. So yeah, I think need the main hand and offhand longswords for that title now, which isn't too bad. You'll see at the end of the video when I go through my logs and update you all on how we're getting on. So coming in with a little bit of Corp now just to finish off. So I think that was 2 arcanes there, which I now have 3 on the log, which yeah, I'm not really best pleased about, especially when that could have been a divine with it having the same drop rate. I'm not really quite sure why Spectral has a different drop rate compared to the other 3 sigils, with it being the most common. I'm not really quite sure why they've decided to do that, but nonetheless the Spectral sigil has been gained, and that is now on the log. So literally it's just all we need is a divine, and we are done with the Corp log. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it for the PVMing clips. We're now going to go over and have a look at the current logs and what current KCs we're at from the bosses we've done in the past 2 episodes. Okie dokie then, so reading the comments in my past video and receiving some feedback from you guys, you did want to see sort of like the KCs that I'm ending off certain episodes on, so I figured I may as well do this on the ending of this current episode. We'll go through the bosses that we've done in the past 2 episodes, show the logs, and just see the general KC and the progress. So we may as well start it off straight away then with, we'll go in order, so we'll start with Barrows. So I haven't done any Barrows in this episode, I've been slacking so much, but we're currently at 216 KC, and the collection log is looking not too bad to be fair. We're at 10 out of 39, yet to see a Linza piece. I'm not really quite sure the rates on them, but I'm sure if I do consistently start going again, then you know, these items will soon be adding up, which isn't too bad. Next up will be the Corp Beast. So Corp, we are at 4,000, almost 4.3k KC, literally just AFK this, and the collection log for Corp is just basically a divine sigil off. So as you've seen in this video, we've got a couple of arcanes, a spectral, and also another Elysian. We're currently sat at 27 spirit shields and 13 elixirs, so yeah, I don't know when I'll get this. I've seen a few friends go 9k dry, even 10k, so I'm not really getting my hopes up too much for this log. What other bosses have we done in this video? I have completely forgot. Kriara, so Kriara has been finished now, so we're at over 3.6k KC, and we ended up getting the log for that nicely. So yeah, the buckler, it took a while to get, but highly worth it in the end, especially with the prices of these current items, because people disassemble them for precise parts for invention perks, which is quite nice. Moving on, well, I can go to Calfight King actually. So we've been doing quite a bit of KK. I did have some Drygores on the log prior to this with me going for the pet. So in this video you've seen me get, I think, a offhand rapier, offhand mace, and a main hand mace. I could be wrong. But yeah, we've received 3 Drygores in this video, and at least one of them has been a new unique, being the mace, which I've received most recently. But yeah, mainly doing this loot share with a couple of mates that need to do it for the pet, so I just go on elite drawer like Maj or like Dark Magic while they're on Zerkora and a Slayer task, so they can do the most DPS and loot share the pet. And yeah, it just basically goes off loot share potential, so I just need the 2 long swords now for the log, and we're currently at 886 KC, which also again isn't so bad. And then finally, last but not least, next. So next we are currently at 2615 KC, and the collection log is still pretty much looking the same as what I looked at it as at the end of episode 1. So we're still the Pernix cowl, Pernix gloves and the Pernix boots off, but you know, as I said before in the first episode, I'm not really too bothered if I do go somewhat dry at this boss because of how much GP it makes. So yeah, pretty much I think I've got over maybe 1 bill now in that next drops, including Onyx bolts, dehides and stuff. So you know, regardless of how long this boss takes me to do, I really don't mind because I'm going to make so much money from it. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. The slides will be updated accordingly to the title that we unlocked at Armadyl, which again I'm pleased about, and we're going to start on Krill next, I think, just to AFK it whilst again watching shows and also editing. So yeah, hopefully this little bit of the video at the end of certain episodes is going to, you know, make it a little bit more understanding, showing KCs, showing how much the progress has changed, if it has changed. But yeah, guys, always open to feedback. Just let me know what you want to see next and where I can improve. So yeah, guys, that is it from me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and the new boss is coming out on Monday, so I'm not really too sure if I'll upload a video straight away, but for sure the next Golden Reaper progress video will most likely have footage of that boss in it. So yeah, guys, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. So have fun, stay safe, and peace.